You are watching Victronic TV.
Truth beyond the booth.
My name is Agent MC, one half of Heat Score alongside my man OB1-Keoni, original bad one.
Yeah.
That's what it stands for, right?
Yeah, that's what I came up with. So.
Yeah. And we've got some esteemed guests in the studio here for Victronic TV. And coming off the coattails of Echo Grove, I don't know if some of you guys went to that event. We've got Mr. Rooks in the building.
Yeah.
And Raised by Wolves.
Yes,
right?
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about you two guys, because you're a kind of a fine wine pairing, right? Which one's the wine and which one's the cheese?
Oh, cheese factor 9 that way.
Yeah, but you guys have linked up in years past. Explain the story about how you guys came together, because you know you're getting to become sort of established DJs in your own right here in Victoria.
I think it goes back to the days of the Loft.
The Loft, that's where it all started.
A bunch of years ago.
Not the Loft pub on Gorge Road.
No.
No,
Oh, that's a different story. Yeah.
Yeah.
the
The
underground.
Loft was a special place on Ford Street, and we used to host some after-hours events there. And that's how Spencer and I met each other. And
How old were you guys back then?
Well, about 22 or 23, I think.
Oh yeah, just puppies, eh?
Just young.
Young buck.
Young bucks, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right on. So that's how you guys linked. And back then, what were you kind of playing?
Back then, I was still playing a lot of drum and bass. I was playing break beats and jungle, of course, and that's about where I reigned supreme. That's what I love to play, and so that's what I played the most. Yeah.
Starting with you, Rooks, then, because I remember running into you, and you went by a different name at that point. We'll get to that topic later.
The old days.
Yeah, but how did you get introduced to the sort of the underground scene? Because you know, there's mainstream, there's like you know, your mixed compilation CDs. I don't know if you're old enough for CDs, but I know I am.
CDs, cassettes, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I was living in Courtenay where I grew up, and I kind of started getting into the rave scene. I went to my first few raves shortly after I graduated high school. And after enough of those, I realized that's the kind of vibe that I wanted to bring with the music that I wanted to create. I continued to go to these parties. They were random parties in the woods, and I thought that was a cool element to the whole going to an event scene. And while living in Courtenay, I just kind of kept following that scene until it brought me to Victoria, and I moved back to Victoria in 2009, and quickly met lots of friends who were also like-minded in the music scene, and from there just started playing with them, freestyling at home, and you know, stuff like that, until we started getting booked for shows or throwing our own little events, house parties and whatnot. And then as we got older, the events got bigger, and the artists we played and performed with, they also got bigger and more entertaining. And you know, 15, 20 odd years later, here we are. Right, everything's changed, but we're still doing the things that we love to do.
I remember meeting you. I bumped into you, and I was like, "Oh, this guy's like pretty positive guy." I remember you were in one of my music videos back in the day.
Yeah, I remember that for Canada Day.
Yeah, and I didn't realize. Well, we did a music video for Canada Day, and then he showed me his tattoo of Canada on his calf.
Oh, nice,
Yeah.
nice.
And
What year was that?
oh, that would have been, oh man, we're talking like
who knows?
2010, 2011 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, so this guy's in my music video. Have a quick look at this. This is Spencer in his early days.
Let's work to make sure a high standard of living ain't slipping. This is the land of opportunity, so do something good for your community. We need to demonstrate our unity, maintain our strength in the face of adversity, because we're Canadian. Canada, 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 Canada. Yeah! It's go time! Get her done! Give her!
So, yeah, when did you get that tattoo anyway?
I got that tattoo when I was 18 years old. My mother was getting a tattoo for her newly deceased grandmother at the time. And so I said I'd get one with her too. So I got the Canada flag, and she got a memorial tattoo for her grandmother.
You know, I'd really like to say, man, I appreciate you being in a cheesy video like that, even though you're a serious drum and bass guy, right?
You gotta have fun every time.
Yeah.
As much as you can.
Now, your style of drum and bass, and we'll come to you in a sec there, Blair. Your style of drum and bass has always had a bit of Rasta, reggae, reggaeton, you know.
Yes.
Where does that influence come from in your music?
I'm not really too sure, but probably because I used to listen to a lot of Bob Marley and reggae music coming up in high school and shortly after high school, and I felt like that was made an easy transition into drum and bass music for me. And back then there was a lot of it going around, a lot of jungle music that people loved, iconic songs and stuff that stuck with people, and so I loved the vibe that those songs bring, and it just coincided with the style of music that I prefer, which is like break beats and drum and bass, and you know, more of a live drummer feel than a machine feel in the drum kit. Okay, Raised by Wolves, a little bit about the style of music that you're trying to push now versus maybe what you did in your early years.
I think it's more intentional, more personal. It's stuff that's like more of my creative style, I'd say. That's sort of comes with the new moniker. Basically, I'd say it really centers around like deep ethereal bass music with tribal elements, dystopian flavors, stuff like that, you know.
What's your favorite time to play when you get booked?
Probably 2 in the morning.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's right when the club shuts down.
Yeah.
Keep it going, eh? Like it's kind of like a weird time of the night.
I'm a late night type of person when it comes to playing music, you know. I feel like I'm more at home at hazy house party events, late night festivals in the forest. That's really where I find myself in my element musically.
When the sun goes down, he wakes up.
Yeah, you know, you can say when the moon comes out, I come out.
Yeah, this Lucid Nation project that's behind Echo Grove, because a lot of people have been talking about Echo Grove over the last few months since it took place, and there's a lot of momentum behind it. So just explain a little bit about from where it sprung, and we'll start with you, Blair, with the Lucid Nation.
Sure, the Lucid Nation is it's just the representation of Spencer and I working together, creating our events, and they're events that are centered around building community, and it's a community that essentially makes our events what they are. That name is supposed to be representative of that ethos behind how we go about putting on our events.
There's a lot of work that went into it, because this is my first year going this year, and I was like blown away by how much woodwork had gone into it, carpentry. You know, you've got the visual mapping. Talk to us about that, Spencer, the vision and how it came to life.
Basically, when we found ourselves venturing outside, because it used to be a house party. It was a house party for a lot of years, 6 or 7 years, and then we outgrew it as a house party, and we've moved outside, and that's when it really was born as Echo Grove, is when we went outside. And this is our 3rd year outside, and it's the 3rd stage we've built over the years, and now we're finally at a point where we were able to build the permanent infrastructure that we've been envisioning for so long.
Yeah.
The first 2 years was kind of trial and error for the property, so to speak, and now that we know what our limitations are, we were able to build some permanent infrastructure and start making it feel like a whole 360-degree experience, rather than just like some scaffolding in a forest.
Yeah.
Something we can continue to use year to year and build onto, and it's our permanent home, so to speak.
Yeah, and what's like sort of the the cap on attendance numbers for that thing?
Well, probably about a couple hundred, including all artists and volunteers and stuff.
Yeah.
But as years go, the land changes because the property owners do this and that and the other thing, and so you never know what the attendance can be next year.
Yeah, so that's like a pretty cool partnership you have there with the stewards of the land, eh?
Yeah, I met him a couple of years ago, and his family's been super welcoming. He was looking for somebody who liked to throw events, and been looking for somebody with land, so it was kind of a perfect match, Yeah,
and it's not that far from downtown, and I would say it's like the nucleus of the underground for Victoria festival goers, I would say.
Yeah, well, the vision we had was a festival experience without the festival cost, and being where the grounds are, it's just far enough out of town that we're not getting bothered for noise. We're not having, random people show up. You can't really have random people walking off drunk because it's in a closed property with gates and fences and all that kind of stuff, right? Yeah. So it's easy to keep our crew there in the one spot rather than have them wandering all over downtown or whatever, right? If it's a house party, you don't know what's going to happen. Cops get called right away. But out in the woods, it's far enough to keep the riffraff out, but close enough to have all the friends there.
Yeah, and everybody was well behaved, just so you know, because I was there to observe it. So, hey, if it's not kosher, it's not Victronic. Let's have a listen to our man here, OB1-Keoni. I've partnered with Keoni since about 2016. Although I used to just jump on the mic while you were doing a random beach party, and it was usually over some house.
Yeah.
So everybody knows you as Keoni. Some of your other names that you've had in the past, Angry Samoan.
Yeah, that was the first one I tried out when I was first starting off as a DJ. So at the time it spoke to me because I was playing a lot of tribal house music at the time. So I had to go feel that sort of primitive sort of aspect to what I was playing.
Well, not only that, everybody thought he was the Rock's cousin.
Never.
Yeah, because you like get his arms out and he just got there from the gym and he's got like all the tattoos and that. But deep down inside, something was calling to you, right, over the last few years. So maybe you could tell that story.
Yeah, I mean, I've been booked as a house DJ for like the last 2 decades, and it took a pandemic to apparently change my sort of genre of taste. I mean, I dabbled a little bit in other genres through the years. Nothing was really sticking, but I loved drum and bass, and I just never got booked for it. So when I had a lot of time on my hands, I went just, into the basement and did a bunch of recordings of drum and bass, and was just very passionate. Stylistically, I thought was much more interesting way of mixing was coming through the drum and bass at the time. So
there's a lot going on in D&B. There's so many layers. I actually took a break from it for several years because I just had other tastes, right? But then I found my way back to it because I used to rap over drum and bass.
Well, that's why I love drum and bass, because I come from a hip-hop background, so it's like you kind of have that element of hip-hop with the drum and bass that just syncs up so well. And when you listen to hip-hop, it kind of falls in that halftime beat anyway, so a lot of the hip-hop artists could theoretically rap on drum and bass.
When you listen to a set from Spencer, from Rooks over here, it's kind of like you get a lot of the reggae and the raga style, and then when I listen to the sets that you create for our group, which is Heat Score, I hear like a lot more of the UK stuff.
Yeah, those UK MCs spoke a lot. I mean, they have a message, and it's like one of the last, I call it the Custard's last stand of freedom of speech, because they bring in the message that I think is lost in a lot of the music. It's all about the hooks now, and you should have some hooks to your music to draw in new audience, but it's the heads that really want to hear the message. And so the MCs that are good, they'll sneak that in there, and it's all about creating this sort of like an illusion where you're kind of like you're tapped into this sort of this new sound that people, I think on the West Coast, are still not ready for it, but we're trying to bring it in heat score. So
I was going to say, how are we doing for free speech here in Victoria? I try and say to people with regards to heat score, if you want a UK drum and bass act but you don't want to pay for airfare,
There you go.
well, yeah, I saw heat score as this kind of like, it's bridging the MC and the DJ together, right? The heat represents the DJs, bringing the heat, and then the MC tells you the score.
you know the score.
So I thought it was kind of a nice play on words, and it kind of separates the two, but also cohesively brings them together.
Yeah, and we're always getting in trouble with the police too. It's just,
We're always on the run.
yeah, it's really bad. But that's okay. I got caught tomorrow, but anyway.
We make more noise than a hairdryer. Electricity, point and shoot, aim fire. We be cranking out the heat. Grab a ticket, take a seat. There is no one that can compete. Wanna get one up on us, do ya? Well, you might well have to cheat. And the word on the street is that heat score is unique. We're gone with authenticity, so put us on repeat. Put us on repeat. Put us on repeat. Hit play. Turn the volume up. The formula's complete.
And let's kind of go back to those days where in high school where you're a bit of a heat score, right? So that's where the name heat score came. We had a bunch of other names. I think we had 62 different
We had
names.
62 different names.
Yeah. When you team up with somebody to create something, well, talk to us about the magic of that, because you got some of these like hot shots that try and do everything by themselves, right? But when you create like an entity or a team or a collaborative, how does that help get you to where you want to be? Maybe you want to talk about that, Blair.
I think it's instrumental in like moving forward and creating things that are awesome. Like when you have people behind you and you generate community behind you and your vision, like only good things happen. A lot of people have a lot of good things to say about our event Echo Grove, is because it was an event that was built with community of people behind it. There's a community of people that are supportive of what Spencer and I's vision is with the event, and they wanted to be part of it, and they showed up and contributed in however they felt was fit for making the event what it was. And it's our job, Spencer and I as the visionaries, to sort of manage that, and that's what we did. So we have a great community of people around us that all have awesome things to bring to the table, like our lighting guy. Yeah, I mean, Simon, he's the man. He showed up and brought basically an arena's worth of lighting. Travis is our visual guy, and so we worked with some other friends out at Otherworld, and that's where we first met Travis, and that's how we made the connection with him and got him on board to come out and do the visuals for our event there at Echo Grove.
Was there one point where you guys were like, you may be standing in the middle of it, looking at it, thinking, holy smokes?
I definitely had that moment.
For sure.
I had that moment where I'm like, wow. There's the moment where you realize you did what you've set out to do for so many years.
Yeah, that's really like the heart of it all. When you stand in the middle of the dance floor and you're kind of like, yep, and you look around and you're seeing everyone just having the time of their life, and you're like, yep, we did it.
That's what it's all about.
We made it work. We made it
I still
happen.
get those feelings when I watch the videos.
Yeah.
The clips and stuff, when I'm playing around in my studio at home, and I look at them, I'm like, we did it.
Yeah.
We're actually looking at some video of it right now. I mean, I was commenting earlier before the cameras rolled that Rooks is probably the only DJ I know that DJs with a cigarette in his mouth.
Yeah, well, only outdoors, obviously, but yeah, I don't know. There's something about having a smoke while I'm playing. It just goes with me. I love
You
it.
look right the part, you get right into it, and the energy you bring up behind the decks is...
Well, nobody wants to stare at a boring DJ. Nobody wants to like sit there trying to dance and watching the guy who's like providing the music just stand there doing nothing, because that's boring, right? You want to see somebody who's electric up there. And I mean, typically I play music that I enjoy, so you're going to see that with my stage presence. Yeah. I'm going to be dancing every time I'm playing because the music I play is music I love. It's not music that I play because I think the crowd wants to hear it. It's because it's music that I love, that I want to bring to the crowd and bring to my events. And I think that's why people get that personal feel and vibe to my shows when I go and play, because they know that it's coming from my soul. It's not being played because that's what I think they want to hear.
By day, he's both a graphic designer and Red Seal concrete finisher. And after releasing over 25 mixtapes, Rooks is now producing his own tracks. Most recently, he remixed a banger called Tables Turn, featuring vocals from well-known UK reggae prop star General Levy.
Yeah, man, this is the original General Levy alongside Rooks. What we tell them now? How it go? Blazing.
And when Rooks is not cruising around town in his classic Range Rover, you can find him on SoundCloud.
SoundCloud.com/officially Rooks.
And I think singing with the lyrics of some of your tracks too, like if you're like, you know, looking like you're
Oh, yeah.
singing.
Oh yeah, you
Like
guys
a-
both do that.
Yeah, I do that all the time, right?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, see, he knows the words to his own tracks.
Yes, the Agent MC bigging up my DJ, OB1-Keoni. Do you have anything to say?
OB1-Keoni, you're our only hope.
So, how was that tonight?
Oh man, whew, unreal. Energy was up. I just saw a packed dance floor, and as a DJ, seeing a packed dance floor is honestly one of the coolest experiences. I was in my element. Your job is to bridge those two awesome tracks together and make it your own. Played a ton of shows this summer. I mean, it was great to get like a kaleidoscope of gigs. Like you got festivals, beach parties, club shows. Getting out there, it's like playing various events is the key, I think. But still tap into a sound that people know you for, setting the crowd up for that baseline drop.
I get those goosebumps every time.
A healthy dose of nervousness is essential as an artist performing in front of a live audience. You're on stage, it's like an out-of-body experience. Like you don't even feel like you're there. And I feel like I'm another person on stage. As soon as you find the two tracks that mix well together, it's like you can walk away from it, man, and it's still mixing. That was the whole point as the DJs. They were able to find those tracks that you've never heard before. Nothing speaks like a live performance, being in the moment. I think the one constant in my life is music, and it just keeps me thriving, not only as an artist, but just as a person in life. I just think, you know, the music keeps me disciplined. It's a pretty cool experience when you got someone you've never met before come up to you after a set and says, thank you for making my night tonight. I mean, that's what it's all about, man. Yo, I just want to give a shout out to the man who created my EPK. I have to say his name. His name is Nathan Reimer from Reimer Reasons Productions. He did a great job on my EPK, and if any other artists out there, it doesn't have to be DJing, just any kind of bands out there, if you're looking for an EPK, he's the man. All that footage was shot within 2 years, so he literally followed me through like various events, shot it within like a year and a half, and then we edited it in January 2025 and put it out in March. So,
Born on the tropical island of Hawaii, OB1-Keoni is an entrepreneur who's always on the hustle. He moved to Vancouver Island as a young'un with his mother in 1987. One of his goals for 2026 is to get more bookings outside of Victoria.
I think it's just a matter of going over there and meeting the people, putting on the events.
Yeah, networking is huge. I mean, building a network of people outside of your town is instrumental if you want to be able to leap out of your local market per se. Yeah. You know, Also, I mean, are you bookable? Or like, what else do you bring to the table? You know, there's more to just being a talented DJ that makes you bookable. You know, it's a whole vibe, your whole brand. Like, what is that?
With his recent rebranding, Raised by Wolves explores the darker side of electronic music, covering genres that have a wide fan base across Canada. Originally from Nelson, Blair says since the age of 15 he's been a bit of a lone ranger, having to fend for himself. Hence his newly minted artist name for this year, Raised by Wolves. In between producing beats, crafting DJ sets and throwing shows, Blair has an outdoor job that keeps him quite busy, especially here in Victoria, the city of gardens.
I'm a gardener. That's what pays the bills. So outside of that, I've been doing digital design work for over 20 years. And
You taking on new clients right now?
yeah, always room for new clients. Look me up at Digital Alchemy. Logos, posters for events, album covers.
Are you feeling the threat from AI?
Oh, for sure.
What about you, Rooks?
Oh, who isn't? Yeah. But the thing you have to do is figure out how to use it as a tool and not as something that's going to replace you as an artist. If you can utilize it as a tool and add it to your toolbox, then you'll be just fine.
Victronic TV is looking to secure more sponsorship for 2026. If you'd like to have your business featured alongside our content, we'd love to hear from you. And if you're a new viewer, a weekday closet alcoholic, a washed up promoter, or a true hater, please like and subscribe to our channel. Next month, we're going to bring you more truth beyond the booth.
You are watching Victronic TV.
Truth beyond the booth.